This is my hotel room while I've been staying in South Korea. It's comfortable, clean, and has a great view for my morning coffee, and I slept like a baby. But there was something missing. The walls were bare and boring, so I decided to redecorate a bit. I hope they don't mind. I'm really missing the beach right now that summer is in full swing, and I am in a concrete jungle currently. So I wanted a picture of the beach in my room. So let's do exactly that. I think it would look perfect right above the bed on that wall over there. I am a complete beginner to painting, and apps like Vermillion on the Metaquest 3 are helping me to practice and gain confidence faster than I ever thought possible. I was able to turn a mess of colors with no sketch into a decent representation of the Master Chief Collection box art's helmet. Is that even Chief's helmet? I always wanted to be able to paint or draw scenery outside, and so I decided to keep it simple and find a reference of my favorite place to be in the summer, the beach. I started out by mixing shades of brown paint on my palette to create the look of sand. I used the biggest brush and loaded it up with paint. Using that big brush, I blended it all together. Then, I mixed shades of blue and green to create that crystal clear tropical water look and pulled a layer of that across the canvas. On both the sand and the water, I made sure to add some variations of their colors. Put some sand in the water and some water over the sand. Try and mix your color with some of the paint thinner in the bucket and place it on the tray in front of you so you don't ruin your palette. Next was my favorite part, the seafoam edge. I created a shadow for the foam squiggly line of water coming in from the last wave. I chose the second layer to keep it separate in case I messed it up. If the light is coming from the seaside, we can pull the shadow toward the sand to make it look a little more natural. This isn't a flat two-dimensional thing, but a rounded edge with tiny foam bubbles varying the height along the edge. To create the rounded effect, we just need to apply brighter paint toward the middle of the line. You can experiment with different brushes. My advice is to watch how the brush works instead of trying to force it to do what you want it to do. I ended up using the round tip brush. Once that was done, I chose a new layer and did the same process for the scattered foam behind the edge. This is the trickiest part and took the most time with many redos. My advice is to try 3 different brushes and 2 different techniques of applying the paint without trying to copy perfectly what you see. In painting, we have a license to capture the essence of the thing we are observing. A lot of people like to squint at the reference and paint that first. It keeps things simple. I wanted my water to look natural and choppy, so I selected the original layer of the sand and water background and added some variations in the water with darker and lighter shades to it, using thinner to help it blend. Also, try playing with the paint thickness and canvas mixing sliders if you need to. I added white details to the foamy areas to give it more depth. I also added white streaks that would be going along the path of the water toward the beach here and there. I added some more thin paint shadows and applied more white paint to give more variation to create the illusion of more depth. Now to just mix up some paint for our little crab. I think he would go well right there. A good spot to help the viewer's eyes move around the painting. Add some washed out shadow for the footprints. Once I was satisfied, I decided to stop. One of the coolest features about the Metaquest headsets are the easy to implement mixed reality experiences. They can be done almost anywhere, in any room. In my Metaquest 3 headset in the Vermillion app, I scanned the entire room, getting every nook and cranny to create the surfaces to mount my painting. And I even checked under the bed for monsters. Now we have some solid surfaces to hang our painting. Now let's hang it up on this wall. Perfect. It's time for bed, and maybe this above my head will make me dream of the perfect beach back home. Make sure to check out my Mario bust sculpture that I did recently, and make sure to subscribe for my next work, and see you in the next video.